Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chiquis, and you've reached the voicemail box for Dear Chiquis. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're having issues with your family. Or maybe you need help figuring out how to balance your checkbook or how to start a business. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and opinions, and if you're suffering from an issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your question at the sound of the beep.
Hey Chiquis, so me and my boyfriend of 2.5 years recently got engaged about a month ago. So of course we started planning our wedding, what kind of ceremony, reception, where we're going to have it, all that fun stuff. And we decided that we did not want to get married in the Catholic Church, even though me and him grew up very into the Catholic Church, really received our religious sacraments and stuff. And he was talking to his mom the other day about like the venues that we've already seen. She asked him if we were going to get married in the Catholic Church. And he told her, no, we were not going to get married in the Catholic Church. And she said, well, if y'all don't get married in the Catholic Church, I will not be attending your wedding. And I feel like that is the ugliest thing you can ever say. So I just need your advice, your words of wisdom to help me figure out this situation. I really need your help.
Ooh, Stephanie, girl, this is a tough one. This is tough. Okay. You guys know that I was raised in a Christian church. So I know it's tough. You have to respect your elders and what they believe, you know. But, and I know a lot of people might give me some backlash and a little bit of hate, and that's okay. These are my beliefs. You can take this advice if you'd like, Stephanie, or you could just, throw it away. I don't agree with your mother-in-law. I think that is very selfish. I think that she needs to respect you and respect her son's decisions. And I know that that could be very difficult for a mother because, again, she sounds like a religious mom, a religious woman, which is nothing wrong with that. But this is not about her. This is about you guys. And you guys are old enough to make your own decisions. And as parents, although I'm not a parent yet, but I have parented my siblings, I've been like a second mother to them. I have learned that I need to respect their decisions, even if it's something that I didn't necessarily teach them. They are their own person. They are individuals. And as much as it's going to hurt me and they piss me off, I love them so much that I'm going to say, okay, cool. I mean, unless they murder someone or do something like where I completely don't agree with, and I'm like, all right, I'm taking your ass to jail, myself. But with this is tough because of course you want your mother-in-law there. Of course he wants his mom there, but that's her decision. And you guys are going to have to be okay with her not being there and you not holding that resentment towards her. If she really is not there the day of the wedding, that would really suck for her. That would be really sad. But if you guys don't want to have your wedding in a Catholic church and you want more of a spiritual setting, that is your prerogative. That is your decision and everyone should respect it. And that's it. And see her the next day. And or I don't know what's going to happen after, but don't hold resentment. Don't be upset at her. Accept her decision like you guys expect her to respect your decision, if that makes sense. But this is a tough one because that does suck. And I don't agree with her, but maybe she'll come around. I think maybe she's just saying that to like scare you guys and then she'll end up being there, God willing. But I don't advise you guys to have your wedding in a Catholic church just to please her, because that's also not fair to you. So just be okay with your decision and that's it. And just pray that she's there and don't hold resentment, either one of you. Just respect her decision. But I hope she goes. Oh my gosh. Have your suegra call me or something. I'll let her know what's up. Oh, it makes me sad. All right. Wishing you the best, Stephanie. Okay, guys. So our next question is from Maria.
Hi, Chiquis. I just want to start off by saying hi. I am a huge fan of you, and I was a huge fan of your mom. I am about 10 years younger than you are, but I look up to you in so many ways. I think you're so inspirational. You're so badass. And it makes me so proud that you are proud to be Mexican. I am 100% Mexican, not raised, but born in Mexico, from Guadalajara, Jalisco. And my question for you is, I recently lost my brother about a month ago, and this is my first time experiencing grief, and I completely get it now. You have so many ups and downs. But now that I am experiencing and I'm going through grief, I grew up Catholic. You can say I'm religious, but I'm not spiritual. And now I feel spiritual. I feel a connection with my brother, and I want to meditate, and I want to, do all these kinds of different stuff. And my question is, how can I get into meditating? I want to be more spiritual and be more in tune with my soul. I'm in tune with my body, but I'm not in tune with my soul.
Maria, I really like your question. And thank you so much for all those beautiful things that you said. I think that's great that you're religious and you're wanting to tap into the spiritual side of it. It goes hand in hand in reality. As far as meditating, I would suggest starting with guided meditation. That's how I started. Someone just speaking to you and telling you exactly what to do. And then if you're hearing someone or listening to someone, it kind of just takes your mind away from everything else. Also, remind yourself to be patient because it's going to take some time. Don't feel like, the first time you meditate, you got to do it for 10 minutes. Like, no, start little by little, a minute, 2 minutes, gradually go, up in the time. But I think for sure what meditation is supposed to do is just supposed to really quiet your mind and then just center you. And in that moment, I personally start with I'm grateful. I keep just saying, and not even out loud. It's in my mind. I just say I'm grateful. Like, to me, there's the attitude of gratitude goes a long way. So I just go and I say that over and over. I repeat it until I'm in this just peace. I don't even know how to explain it. It's hard to explain what it is that you're feeling, but you get so connected. And when I meditate, I feel so calm throughout the day. It just centers you. And it's very different from being religious, because when you're religious, you go to church, which is great. You sing alabanzas. So you worship and you're reading the Bible and all that's great. And then meditation just helps you I feel like anything that comes your way, como que te va y te viene, it doesn't affect you as much. And that's what meditation does for me. It's I'm giving this moment of silence to myself, a gift of just quieting down my mind and the world. And I give it to the universe and to God. And it's still very spiritual and it's very connected. But yes, try guided meditation and that'll help you. And then little by little, just listen to music and then remove the music. And then it's just you. Take baby steps. There's no reason to run, walk, and be patient. Be patient because it is going to be a little hard. Don't give up on it right away. It's going to take a little bit. Practice makes perfect. I hope that helped, Maria. And I hope that meditation saved your life the way it saved my life, because it really did. Okay, so next question comes from Cassie.
Hi, Chiquis. I started watching your family's reality show called I Love Jenny, and it was at the episode where your mom talked about performing at the Latin Grammys and talking about how Mexican regional music isn't as popular as other genres during that time. How would your mom feel about Latin music in general becoming so popular around the world, but also having Mexican regional music blowing up currently as it is? Thanks. And I just want to say I'm a big fan and I love you and many blessings to you.
Ooh, Cassie, thank you so much. Many blessings to you too. It's a little difficult to answer that question because obviously I can't really speak for my mom. But knowing what I know about her and being in the genre, I think she'd be very proud to see that our music, is reaching different heights and different, it's international now. I think that's awesome. That makes me very proud. And I'm sure it would make her very, very, very proud. I do understand her now more than ever, that there are certain places and certain television networks that don't respect our music as much. I mean, is like regional music. I do see it. She would tell me that a lot. And there were certain award shows that she didn't like going to because she's like, they just put us to the side and they treat us differently. I have experienced it. I have seen it, and it sucks. But I think the world finally understood how important our music is. And maybe it doesn't chart as much as other genres, but we definitely have loyal fans and people that spend money and actually go to the shows. Like, that's where I'm like, okay, now I think they're starting to get it and really respect regional Mexican music or música mexicana the way it deserves. Now with the whole wave with, you know, the music changing, which I think is great. I think music is, you know, a universal language. It's a language of its own. And I think it's beautiful. I just don't want the traditional music that's timeless to like get lost in the sauce, you know? And that's just, you know, we're going to have to see what happens. But I do, for one, I feel very, very proud of that. And I think my mom would too. I think she'd agree with me personally. But I can't really say. I think she'd be kind of like, okay, well, I'm still going to stick to what I do because it's not a trend. You know, we're not into trends. We're more into like long-term sort of thing. And I'm just going to leave it at that. That's what I'm going to leave it at. Because it's a whole other conversation that we have to have, Cassie. But now that you're asking, I think that's what my mom would say. I think. I mean, the world may never know. What would Jenny do? I ask myself that all the time, actually. What would Jenny do? Just got to stick to our guns and stay focused on our lane. Stay in our lane, you know? I have a lot to say, but I'm just going to stay quiet. Cassie, thank you so much for your question, girl. Sending you a big hug. Thank you guys so much for your questions. And for you guys out there that want me to answer any questions that you may have in regards to love, finances, just maybe you want to ask a question about my personal life. It could be about anything. You can leave your question at speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. Okay, you guys? Los quiero mucho, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Dear Chiquis. Besitos a todos. This is a production of iHeartRadio and My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcasts and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.